Mike Tyson has been knocking dudes out longer than I've been alive. Over the course of his singular career, which stretches back to 1985 and featured 2 reigns as boxing's heavyweight champ, a whopping 88% of Tyson's victories came via knockout, and the baddest man on the planet might have one more up his sleeve. Later this month, the 58-year-old Tyson will take on former YouTuber and current cruiserweight Jake Paul in an exhibition bout for the ages. Speaking of ages, the more than 30-year difference between Tyson and Paul will be the largest age gap in the history of professional boxing. It's gonna be a banger. And to get you ready for that fight, here are the top 5 Mike Tyson knockouts.
Play clock at 5. Score 4 goals. 3! A 2-home run and 1!
To kick this list off, we're going back to 1988. Coming in at number 5, we've got Tyson's 4th-round knockout of Larry Holmes, the legendary heavyweight who famously defeated Muhammad Ali in 1980 and whose more than 7-year run as heavyweight champ remains the 3rd longest uninterrupted reign in boxing history. Now, by 1988, the 38-year-old Holmes had actually lost his title and had actually been retired for over a year. But he was promised a fat payday if he got off the couch to fight Tyson, the ferocious 21-year-old who was already the undisputed heavyweight champ. And Holmes wasn't about to turn down more than $3 million and a shot to reclaim the belt. In hindsight, though, maybe he should have. From the opening bell, it was clear that the aging Holmes was no match for Tyson, who came into the fight 32-0 with 28 knockouts in his burgeoning career. And although Holmes admirably stayed on his feet for the first 3 rounds, Tyson sent him to the canvas hard in round 4. Yeah, he wasn't able to survive the round. Seconds after that knockdown, Tyson sent Holmes to the canvas again, and then again. For good. With that victory, by the way, Tyson handed Holmes the only knockout loss of his Hall of Fame career. Epic stuff. Next up at number 4, we're jumping ahead to 2003, when Iron Mike's tumultuous career was approaching its end. Prison, his 2nd reign as heavyweight champ, his fateful loss to Evander Holyfield, and the infamous ear-biting incident that followed in their rematch. All of that was behind him. At this point, Tyson was 36 years old, and in his most recent fight, he got knocked out by heavyweight champ Lennox Lewis. It was abundantly clear that Tyson was on his way out. But before he packed it in, Tyson still had one more vintage performance left in him. His victim? Clifford Etienne, a fringe contender with only 1 loss in 26 career fights. Anyway, when the two squared off in Memphis in February of 2003, the increasingly unpredictable Tyson had a different look. He showed up with a fresh tribal tattoo around his left eye, but he still had that same old punching prowess. That night, Tyson needed only 49 seconds to dispose of Etienne, delivering one of his fastest knockouts ever in what ended up being the final victory of his career. Did you see the way Etienne crumbled to the canvas? It was like his right leg didn't get the memo that the rest of him was going to bed. That dude was on another planet after taking that right from Tyson. Wow. Moving on then, at number 3, we've got Tyson's unforgettable knockout of Marvis Frazier, the son of Joe Frazier. Like, the Joe Frazier. And if you thought Tyson made quick work of Etienne, that was nothing compared to how quickly the then 20-year-old up-and-comer turned this legacy into dust. Now, when these two got in the ring in July of '86, Tyson had to be running on fumes. The youngster had fought 24 times over the preceding 16 months, with 3 of those fights coming in the 6 weeks leading up to the Frazier bout. Frazier, on the other hand, was extremely well rested. He hadn't fought since defeating James Smith 5 months earlier to improve to 16-1 for his career. But, well, none of that mattered because this fight was over in the blink of an eye. You know what? Let's just show the whole fight here because it's faster than me describing it to you.
Supplemental 4-point scoring system if the rounds wind up even, and the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Tyson comes out slugging.
He comes out smoking like Marvis's father, Joe. Marvis must move or we're going to be out of here very, very quickly. Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look, and he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds.
Ridiculous. Although the announcer was incorrect. The fight officially lasted 30 seconds. It was the fastest knockout of Tyson's career. So that brings us to number 2 on our list, and we're staying in 1986 for Tyson's triumphant knockout of Trevor Berbick. If that name rings a bell, pardon the pun, it's because Berbick memorably defeated Muhammad Ali in the final fight of Ali's career, and then he engaged in a years-long feud with Larry Holmes after losing a title fight to the legend in 1981. He was a big deal. And in '86, after capturing the WBC heavyweight belt at the age of 31, Berbick further cemented his place in boxing history by getting pummeled by Tyson in his first title defense. That was the fight that made Tyson the youngest heavyweight champ ever. Look, even though Berbick was the champion, Tyson, at 27-0 with 25 knockouts in his young career, was still the betting favorite. But nobody could have anticipated what a mismatch this would ultimately be. In his first ever title fight, Tyson came out swinging, pummeling the champ and nearly sending him to the canvas towards the end of round 1. Yeah, Berbick didn't last long after that. Moments into round 2, Tyson knocked Berbick down with a ferocious combination, and before long, it was night-night for Berbick.
20 years old Mike Tyson on his way to becoming one of the youngest heavyweight champions of all time. Bangs the body, wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a light left hook, and he goes down! He goes down, he should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut, they are! As Trevor Berbick falls back in the ropes, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's counted out. It'll be scored as a knockout.
Fun fact about this fight, Tyson demolished Berbick while suffering from gonorrhea. How about that? All right, that brings us to number 1 on our list, the moment you've all been waiting for. But before we reveal the greatest Mike Tyson knockout of all time, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Go on, do it now. I'll wait. Okay, so without further ado, at number 1 on our list, the greatest Mike Tyson knockout has to be his destruction of the legendary Michael Spinks in 1988. It's hard to overstate just how hyped up this fight was. By '88, Tyson wasn't just the WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight champ. He was a genuine cultural phenomenon who transcended boxing. And then there was Spinks, or Jinx, a 2-division champion and Olympic gold medalist who had never lost a fight in his professional career. Never. He made the transition from light heavyweight to heavyweight seamlessly, unseating champion Larry Holmes in his first bout at the higher weight class, then successfully defending his title 3 times. Long story short, by '88, both Spinks and Tyson had a legitimate claim to being the heavyweight champion, and both were undefeated, leading to one of the most highly anticipated matches in boxing history. In the end, however, it wasn't much of a fight. The bout, which generated a then record $70 million in revenue, lasted only 91 seconds. In the blink of an eye, Tyson had Spinks on the ropes and then sent him to the canvas with a vicious body shot. And Spinks probably should have just stayed down.
And that is the first time Michael Spinks has ever been down in a professional fight.
And he's down again and in serious trouble. A right hand right on the chin.
6, 7, 8. He's not going to make it. It's all over.
That victory made Tyson the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and made Spinks a retiree. He didn't fight again after that, capping his Hall of Fame career with his first and only defeat. So there you have it, our top 5 greatest Mike Tyson knockouts. Which ones did we get right? Which ones did we get wrong? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to check out our other boxing content. We actually just did a Play It Back on the Rumble in the Jungle. I'll be sure to link that video here. And lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow us on all socials. That's it for me. I'm Jonah Birenbaum. We'll see you next time.